Welcome back. This is Kevin with Bear Creek Honey, and you're watching my adventures in beekeeping. And today what I'm going to be going through a little bit is my effort to winterize my hives. It's October 7th. Forecast is for 40 degrees pretty much every day from here on. It's going to be 70s on Monday and Tuesday, but then back into the 40s, but it's going to be thunderstorms, so the bees aren't out foraging anyways. Got my bees all pretty much fed up, and so my hives are at weight. So today I'm going to be insulating and wrapping my hives slightly. So just going to go over what I'm doing. You know, this might be different from what everybody else is doing this year. This is what I'm doing. Just to start off, I went and bought this product called reflectix, and it's just a bubble wrap, and they use it for insulating hot water heaters. And I saw some beekeepers up in Canada using this to wrap their hives, commercial beekeepers as a matter of fact, and it seems to work for them. I figure, what the heck, give it a try. Is it a little expensive? Yeah, 100-foot roll. This is 16 inches wide, I think. 20 inches wide. 20 inches wide, and 100-foot long. So I cut enough for about 16 hives, I believe. And then I went to Menards and I bought this 2-inch styrofoam. A whole pallet, or a little pallet like this, was 25 bucks. So instead of this styrene blue board or pink board, which was $27 for a 4x8 sheet, I got these, which is, I believe, 24 by 4 foot, 24 by 48. So I can get 4 boxes for this. These are for my tops of my hives, and as you can see, I kind of cut them out here, 16 by 20. So let's go over and take a look at the hives that I've wrapped already, and then I'm going to wrap one while we're sitting here. So anyways, this is a 4/4 double 4/4 nuke box, side by side, obviously. And unfortunately, you know, the other half to this hive got robbed out, died off. The queen absconded. I don't know exactly what happened. I went and got a Sasquatch queen in August, and by mid-September she was gone. So that was a failed, and rather than tearing this hive apart and putting them in another box like this, I decided to just leave those bees alone and winter them up. But here's the wrap that I'm using. As you can kind of tell, I don't put the wrap up to the inner cover, which is there, because that is their upper entrance. And then I've got the insulation, the 2-inch insulation above that. And just to keep everything from falling off, I've obviously got bricks on top. Let's go over here. This is my swarm hive that I caught on the tree right above. I got this wrapped up, ready for winter. They're way at weight. I've got these in double deeps, this one anyways, and they've got it pretty well loaded down. So again, I've got this pretty well loaded with honey, and I've got it wrapped. As you can see, the inner cover is here, and their upper entrance is not blocked off, which is right there. And I'm gonna have to drop that down just a little bit and probably staple that so they don't come out and go down. And as you can kind of tell, there's some of them are starting to, the summer bees are starting to die off, and they're pulling them out. So we're kind of getting into that fall. I treated all these hives with Aprivar strips, And for 42 days I started in mid-September. And here's a couple more of my hives that I wrapped. Again, this is a double deep, and rather than wasting some, I just figured, you know, down here in this section that's not wrapped, but they're not going to be down here for very long. When it gets to the colder months, they'll be up here, and that's really when they need it. Believe it or not, it's 40 something degrees out, and the bees are still a little active. When I started doing this, they got a little agitated, to say the least. And then this one isn't a double deep, it's a double and a medium. And this 20-inch wrap is actually perfect size for that. Again, upper entrance is not blocked off. Neither is the lower entrance, but I do have it reduced. Just real quick, let me take this off. Hope I don't disturb it, because I'm not really protected. Oh, well, I'm gonna disturb it, so I'm not gonna disturb it. The propolis is sticking to the insulation, so I don't want to have the bees come out and get me all pissed off, so I'm not gonna take it off. But you get the hint. This is my triple 5-frame nuke. I was just in here, and this is, you know, I was just in the top, and there's no bees up here, but I've got 5 full frames of honey in here in the top, and they're not anywhere to be found. They're all down here. And when I started banging around up here, boy, did they start pouring out. And it was really kind of funny, because I had noticed I had this upper entrance, and they had never used it. And come to find out that wherever I put the hole, it's actually blocked by frames right where, and I tried to slide it side to side, so I gave them a little bit of a gap so they could kind of come out of there. Hopefully they can have enough room to come out of there in the winter time. It's enough for moisture to dissipate up there for ventilation. This hive, I'm not putting the foam insulation, but as you can see, I've got that reflectix. Actually, I just pull it up. I've got it as a top cover here. So that ought to provide a little bit of insulation for them as they get up. These nukes are just a little bit different designs. So anyways, that's what I'm going for. As you can kind of see, they're a little active, probably get a little agitated that I'm moving around doing stuff to them on this cold day. But I'm gonna take a little time here and wrap this one. Now this one's a little unique because it's got this this edge right here, and I'm not exactly sure what to do about it. I'm gonna have to puncture a hole in the, if I wrap it up to here. I have to give them a way to get out of that hole at, you know, in the winter time, so they can do their cleansing flights in the spring, early spring. But let's wrap this up a little bit. I don't think I'm using my phone today. I'm not using my GoPro because it's actually up north in my hunting property. But yeah, this isn't gonna go, so I'll come back to you in a little bit, and we'll take a look at what we're doing. Okay, so this one's a little bit more active than I wanted it to be for doing what I'm doing here. As you can kind of see, I got it a little bit wrapped up, but they're just a little too active right now. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow morning. It'll be, you know, in the 30s. They're not going to come out like this, and then I can wrap it all the way down and open up the holes as needed. So we'll come back to it tomorrow. Okay, real quick before my battery dies here, you can see I got it wrapped up. I just had to wait till the bees calm down. I've got my little dial set to actually for oh, they call it queen excluder, but I'm also going to call it a mouse guard instead of the big the round 3/4 inch round opening. They can get in and out. Queen can't get out, obviously, but mice can't get in either. So, you know, I got it, so I might as well use it for the winter. That should be enough for ventilation for the bottom. And as you can see at the top, I cut the hole in so the top, they can come out of the top. And that's pretty much it. So got my wrapping project pretty well done here, and you know, we'll just have to see how the bees come through the winter, I guess. It's just another season. Sort of sad that you know, the season's kind of come to an end here, but it is what it is, I guess. So until next time, happy beekeeping, people. If you got any questions or comments, leave them below. You know, if you got any tips for me or for anybody else, also feel free to leave them in the comments section. Try to reply to everybody. It'll probably be my last beekeeping video for the year. So I hope everybody had a good beekeeping season. I hope we both learned a lot this season, and I guess I'll see you next year. Take care.